Hello all. I hope each and everybody done with their delicious dinners from the sweetest hand of the mom at home. I wanted to bring some new thought today from my thoughts of happiness in life. That is online classes. I think something more interesting for the kids, something more frustrating. But there is a lot of problems for parents, teachers, schools, and for the kids. Is one of the tricky issue as of now to sort it out in this season is online classes. So since from beginning of the day, the kids are suffering a lot, parents also suffering a lot, and at the same time, teachers and schools also suffering a lot for these online classes to be happened. As there is many pros and cons of each and everything on online classes, but somewhere what exactly it is needed. Why I started this video is what is exactly needed to make more effective learning for the kids in online classes. Because we are frustrating for something new. Why? Because this never happened before. We had a practice of sending our kid packing his bag and sending with the nice lunch boxes and sending to the school, and the kid is playing nicely with the children and students in the school and successfully completing his day and coming back with a fresh mind. Again, he might be tired after the school and enjoying it home with a nice snacks or something. Then he is coming to play with you. That is where your fresh mind will work a lot. But nowadays it is not the case, because since from morning to night the kids are at home only. So a lot of frustrations and the tensions and a lot of issues will be there. But this is the right time to strengthen our own skills. So that is what it is more important. When the day started, actually, the kid has to attend a class around 9 o'clock or something. What the things have to be completed before that, if we done with the first set of issues will be getting sorted out. The thing is, first set of issues for the kid is the breakfast. Let it be the brush up and bath and dressing. These things should be happen well in advance of the school online class. So if it was happened in right time, this is one scenario. If it is not happened, that means the kid has to run through and rush through in front of the machine. He has to sit at the same time. He will turn to mom. Mom will feed one by one pieces of the breakfast. She will feed. At the same time, he has to take the breakfast and he has to listen to the class and he has to understand what teacher is telling and he has to concentrate what teacher is telling. And then in between, unknowingly, our mind and body will be working. Not our body, the kid's body will be working to digest the food. That will be happening inside. So the brain has to think that as well. So whatever he is having it, he has to consciously have the food to get strength to him. At the same time, he has to digest well for the good health. So because he is sitting in front of the system after that, so quite a number of hours he will be sitting, means might be the digestion also not go well. So in that case, he is peacefully having the breakfast just before the class. He will enjoy the food and having it. If you make it more tense, complete and start, the class will be starting so soon. You're making it hurry and creating the tension in the start of the day to the kid. Then he's muting the video and having breakfast, again turning. These things, jugaad things, you have to do it in the online class. Why? Because teachers won't like the kids are having a breakfast in front of the screen. Because the kids has to listen to the teacher. That is the requirement for the learning. Because end of the day, who will blame? The parents will be blaming the school again. The kid is not learning well. Because one tough deal for each and everyone nowadays is the online class, because the teachers doesn't know before how to use a laptop. Some teachers, I'm not telling all, they'll be using mobiles, yes, but individually there is a small tool that might be a web tool, but they have to aware of each and every options. What will happen if they do something? Then they will be habitize the things. That means the mindset of parents and the teachers also should shift towards adopting all these new things. So they have to learn and they have to support to the school and they have to explain. So each and every option they should be aware of first. At the same time, the kids also should be aware of it. So something which the parents have to do is we have to explain the minimal basic commands which it is needed for the kid to attend the class. You have to understand whether the kid knows or not, because we are assuming that will be a small thing for us, that might be a big thing for the kid. Sometimes it's vice versa. The problem we have to identify during online classes, normally there is a communication is happening between teacher and kid. At the same time, there is a communication happening between the parents and kids. So the kid has to understand both the direction. So he has to understand mom will be telling something and teacher will be telling something, whom to listen. This is one of the confusion for the kid. Always the kid will be frustrated, why mom is telling like this, why teacher is telling like this. We should not deviate so many things. And we are trying to help them, and we have to close the communication with the kid. If you are asking something, you should not assume anything. If the kid is sitting in front of the machine, you assume that he's listening over a period of 1 or 2 months. Then if you realize that kid is not listening properly, you cannot get back the whole learning. So you should understand how the kid is listening, how the distractions around him. If something is any entertaining things which is around like a dolls or something, you should be take it out and keep it away from the kid. They should not distracted by the things, because kids are so curious about all new things and at the same time so curious about playing. So we cannot blame them, for sure they will be doing it. But something completely new for them is they don't know the option of what it is, why it is. See, they're slowly learning each and everything. So each and every new option of a web tool of an online class is new to the kid, so he will start doing R&D on the tool, not listening to class. They will do that. So you should understand. So the basic things, if you're given very clearly, yes, you log in like this, this is this. Somebody will be more interested, some kid may not be interested. Somebody needs parent support, somebody may not. We cannot compare our own kid to any other kid and telling that why you are not doing it. If you want to improve your kid, don't compare with anybody. Each and every kid is unique for their own strength. Every kid will have a good strength and also few weaknesses. That is where parents and teachers and everybody should support to the kids. For that, what it is needed for us is we need a lot of patience to do all this stuff. That is one thing. We should be more disciplined, because to give a breakfast in the right time, we should be ready and wake up very well in advance. There's one flexibility which we wanted to make it use in daily life is because parents will be sitting and working at home because of corona. But indirectly, the kid also doing the same thing. Even he is sitting in front of the machine, he has to take a conference call with a number of students and with the teacher. So indirectly, he is doing the same job. Unknowingly, don't know any option in that, but he is doing that. So we should not give our attention to the kid. Something which is in our control, we have to sort it out very keenly and very well in advance. Somewhere there is a need of discipline for the parents is more important than the kids. So next thing, what teachers are getting suffered in the classes is the lot of eagerness is there for the kids. You don't know when to mute, when to talk, when to stop, when to ask a question. Whether they have to disturb the teacher in between and ask, or they have to wait for some option. Is there an option available to do that? Some kids, they are not aware of that also. We assume that kid knows everything and we are scolding the kid if he is not doing it. And if somebody teacher is told that, again we bring that attention to the kid. So we have to clearly give the life skills to the kid, because school will teach only the commands, whatever they will be doing it. At least some schools and some teachers are aware of what kids are facing. They're clearly telling that, please raise your hand. If you have any question, please don't disturb other kids. But one teacher is telling to 60 kids, they may not listen. But the parents also should support to them. Each and every kid, they have to tell them, don't disturb others, don't speak directly, don't alarm the teacher or don't alarm other students. And simply don't argue with anybody. If you are not completed anything, please politely ask or wait for some time and discuss with the parents and discuss with the teacher whatever the best possible way without disturbing others how to do the online class. These things we have to habitize them. At least 22 days which we are doing it for the kids, they will make it as a habit. If the kid doesn't understand what the options available to do that, if the kid is not, because most of the kids may not be habitized to type on a keyboard, they cannot do that in a chart. So we have to keep small things. In a free time, you can give the kid to type some words with the keyboard so that they will be habitized. In chart window, he has to ask a question, but he may not complete. The teacher will skip to the next line, next paragraph. He will stop asking questions. Some kids may not ask questions. Some kids will always ask questions. We have to think and help them. It depends on own IQ level of individual. We have to understand the kid very well. If our kid only is disturbing other kids, we have to tell to them, don't worry. If you have completed, wait. Because the pressure which we have given, they will be behaving like the same thing. We'll tell that yes, you have to do it fast, you have to do it everything better than others, and you have to get good marks, and you have to be class first. We're giving all these tensions. They are keep on waiting for the result and appreciation from the teacher. They're trying to tell an answer, immediately they want appreciation from the teacher. So eagerly 60 people are yelling at the teacher, I am done, this is my answer. The kids are doing it because they want appreciation. There is nothing wrong with them. Somewhere we have to add them. Don't worry, if you do as extraordinary job as you've done with that, wait for others and at least you help them. Once they're done with the class, if somebody gets stuck, you can help them. At least it's a good learning, and while you're sharing with others, it will be a good habit. You can do that. That means giving a good habits and the life skills to the kids is more important. Even there is an online class or not, this is very mandatory for education beside the education. Because once they are done with schooling at school, that is also needed. If they are doing schooling from online, that is also needed. But what it is lagging now, why these issues are becoming so much tough for each and everyone, is because of lack of adjusting, lack of compromising, lack of listening, lack of patience. All these things getting irritated, and all these tensions coming onto the kids' mind now. Kids are frustrated. Why teacher is telling like that? Why my mom is telling like this? End of the day, they're copying our emotions and projecting on the kids. I saw one of the example in recent class. One kid is telling and explaining to other kid. Once they're done with the call, end of the call, kids started talking each other. The class is over and teacher already left the class. But still some kids are connecting and start talking. Let it be. I thought of seeing like how the kids are talking. I felt like at least kids, they will be joining very well when they are going to the school. I wanted to see. Then there is a small conversation, interesting conversation is happening there. Is one kid is showing her book and telling, yes, I have completed all 7 questions in this book. When teacher said, I have completed very early, I have completed in this time, why you cannot complete? Why you didn't complete this? This is not my problem, but you are not completing. This is your problem. You are not listening. Like that, this one kid is scolding. I felt like whom she is scolding. I got the doubt. Then I saw other kids' faces, whose kid is feeling low and keeping like an upset minded. I saw one kid is kept like this and feeling very low because she's not allowing to speak also. Other kid is not allowing to speak. Keep on telling like I am better, I am great than her. Why you cannot? She's directly touching the confidence of the other kid. She's telling like, why you cannot do that? I done like this. I'm explaining, I'm telling, but you are not doing it. Somewhere might be their friends outside for sure. But she's explaining to other kid, but other kid is trying to explain what her problem, she's not listening. Then she kept like this for 2 minutes and irritated with her one-way conversation. Then the climax dialogue what she spelled is, you don't have brain. She kept the phone and she done with the class and closed the class. This is the conversation between 2 kids what I listened. Then I guessed it, why this kid of around less than maybe like less than 10 years, it was like 6 or 7 years old kids are scolding each other with a peak level emotion and a high level smartness and showing so many emotions and hating each other. See, that is where we have to learn to the kids. It is more important to respect others and help each other and helping the kid and waiting for listening others and give a feel of listening to others. These qualities are very, very, very mandatory in the daily life for each and everyone, not only for the kids. If the parents not doing it home, the kids won't do it at all. See, if the kid cannot bear and simply yelling after the second or third iteration itself, means she don't have a patience. Somewhere she might have copied from the parents for sure. Because our kids will copy from us, nowhere. 99% of our emotions they'll copy like this. I'm very sure of this. They don't have any other chance to copy. 99% they'll copy from parents. This is the right time they'll copy 100% because most of the things will be happening at home, not in the school. They're not meeting any outside. If husband and wife are scolding when we are raising the voice and at what to speak when other person is angry, this catching all words. The kids are very smarter and catching very quickly. They'll get the beliefs so quickly. If I raise my voice, other kid will keep quiet. Yes, I learned this from my dad or my wife. My dad raised the voice, my wife kept quiet. So everybody will keep quiet if I raise my voice. That's one of the belief they have taken from the parents, not outside. If they start applying the same thing between all friends, see outside world doesn't care these things. That time they feel frustrated. The kid will feel that, see, something is happening wrong. Even I am telling everything right. People are not accepting me. See, what is wrong with me? They start depressing. These things they won't open up. Because same thing is happening at home. It is everything fine. Same thing if I tried with friends, it is not working. What it is? They don't know any reason, but they don't ask anything. So this is the right time to create the beliefs for the kids. Something which they are seeing on a daily basis at home. Those are all the beliefs which the kids are taking from us. If they start believing those things, you cannot break it. Even the kid is grown up and they got married, still that beliefs will be there with them. They cannot break it down unless there's exactly reverse is happening in their life. Somewhere the maturity and honesty, integrity, how to listen, how to accept others, how to accept the badness of others, how to talk to others, how to convince others, how to help others, at what volume how to speak, when the friends will be appreciated, why the friends are needed, how many people like me in this world, do you have so many people or not, are you talking with many people or not, so many questions we have to ask with the kids. See, kids, they are very, very smart in learning, but the problem is we are not so many things which we are not giving in a right direction. As a parents, we should be role models to them. Online classes is not a tough deal. At the same time, a lot of time is saving for many things, but I'm not saying this is 100% true and the best forever and ever, but at least something which is going to happen. They can save a lot of time in transport, everything, all this. Some advantages, pros and cons are there. Many things you need not go, even a parents are picking up the kid and dropping there. So many advantages are there. Only one concern now is an online class. The kid is whether he's listening and learning or not. At least you have a choice on a daily basis how the kid is listening. But I'm not asking you to test, but just a good observation to help the kid is good. Yes, he's not listening, he's not attentive, he didn't understand, you can ask a question. Son, do you have everything fine with the class? Did you understand everything? Did you get the homework what they have given? Because they're not following means if they didn't follow the start of the class, if they didn't listen the textbook page number itself, they'll lose everything. Because 60 people, the teacher cannot see on the screen, maybe 5 to 6 people who are switched on the video, they can see. End of the day, we cannot blame a teacher or somebody, the management. You cannot go there and ask, my kid is not learned well on the online class. Because it is happening from the homes. Yes, there is a lot of suffering is there for teachers also. We are feeling like teachers are not doing well. teachers have to completely shift their mindset and adopt online classes, and they have to do it. 80%, I'm not telling that in the fixed percentage, but at least many teachers have lost their jobs for many reasons. Somebody may not have a skill of system learning, somebody may not have a capability to explain and present on a video, somebody may not have a skill of how to explain to the kids, and at the same time somebody has lost the jobs because of the complaints from the parents. We should imagine by going in their place. Imagine in our home itself, some teacher is there. She's going just for the sake of 1 or 2 complaints from the parents. If they remove the teacher in the corona time, she lost the job. Assume that in the same family, the husband also lost the job. What is the bread and butter for them on a daily basis? Because showing our emotions is easy. It is connecting to the money or the fees to the school. Yes, I'm not saying that we should not show, but how politely we can sort it out the issues. How best we can help them. See, most of the software engineers and IT engineers, like whoever is sitting on the system and attending the calls, there are a lot of options. They knows it. That is where I saw many parents are helping to the teacher also. Yes, madam, you can try like this. Yes, madam, you can try an option with raise hand option or something you can include. Or else give a nice indication of 5 to 6 rules in the start of the class. What to speak and how to mute, how to switch on audio, how to change the background. There is an options. Lot of good options they're suggesting. Just somewhere we have to help to the teachers. At the same time, what our problems we have to convey, what better combinedly we can bring it to the education system we can. There is a choice now. Because kid is listening. At the same time he's asking doubts to the teacher. Again he's asking doubts to the parents. Immediately, just after the class, there is a choice. Did you get ever before there is a chance to sort out a kid's doubt, something which has happened in between the class? No. After first period or second period in the class, you don't have a choice. But at least the kid is not understanding, you and come to know in the same day. It's a good opportunity to see each and every day progress. But I'm not asking you to test the kid, but he's feeling difficulty, you have to help to them. Online classes are somewhere some doubts we have to sort it out for kids, and some good learning points we have to give it to the kids for sure. We should be more disciplined for sure. If we wanted to see the kid to listen everything fine, that's first point. Second thing, right time we have to do all the things. We have to make a habit of timetable to the kid and class of the particular subject of the so and so time. What time, what class, and what subject is happening. We have to give well in advance. We should not blame after that. Once class is started, you are not doing anything. The class is started, everybody is joined. You are only left over there. You are not joined there. So somewhere we have to create the habits for them. Next thing is we have to accept the mistakes of others. Yes, their teachers are struggling to explain the doubts to the kids, because like you're moving here and there and showing the board, and maybe a lot of difficulties for them also. Creating a setup, educational setup, it was not so clear. Some teachers, they're teaching from home, right? Not some, most of them. So they may not have a big setup. They may not be provided by the educational system. They might ask simply like join a support from your end. You have a machine, you use it. So how best is their internet speed? But at least kids know the minimal commands and what will be happening on the online class. And when the full screen is coming, when off screen is coming, when the presenter is not shown, how to pin and unpin. These are the basic commands we have to habitize to the kid. Then kid will be very easy, and they might help each other after that. At the end of the day, the teacher also should be giving a brief guidelines and strict to explain to them in the start. That would help actually. If you wanted to ask, yes, politely, some teachers I see nicely they're handling the kids. Very, very, very nicely they're handling. Yes, otherwise I don't want to talk to you. Yes, she done well. So indirectly they are using a technique of appreciating somebody who's doing good. So one student doing good what teacher wants it, they're telling like, yes, yes, this quality is good. Need not be by name, at least. This quality is superb. They clap, they appreciate immediately. The other people are copying them. They can utilize. This would be helpful a lot. Please have a read through and listen to my video, something which is helpful, please. And please comment, like, if you feel that it is helpful to many people, start sharing to them. But don't give so much tension to the kid, because kid's brain is so sensitive, but it is so smart. But we bring it down their confidence and motivation level to down. They won't grow after that. Once they start believing so many things into a negative direction, they won't open up, they won't ask a doubt in the class also. You might have observed some kids, like if you close the door and start talking with the teacher and friends, they will talk. If you are there beside, they won't talk. Please don't scare the kids. Let them talk with headset, or let them more attentive with some headset, listen the subject and understand, answer. But end of the class is something you can ask. In between you can observe. If he is facing difficulty but he's not telling, that you have taken care. So please be attentive and help the kids and understand the kids. At the same time, kids also should learn from this video. I'm not saying kids are superb. Kids are more mischievous. Many things, they are doing nonsense in front of the system and in front of mobile. They should help the parents. If the kids are seeing this video, please help mom and dad and learn everything so quickly, the tool of online class, and respect to other student. Be politely, speak with them. Don't alarm the teacher. I saw like a good morning also. Good morning, madam. I saw like they're yelling on the teacher. 60 people are saying a good morning in the start of the day. It's like a screaming and yelling the teacher. Teacher doesn't bother like a care and affection. Even they're asking how are you, but there is no care behind, because everybody is doing at the same time. So do it one by one when there is a chance, or try to apply in a different way. You can try and appreciate each and everyone, each other, accept each and every student, each other's, and you help each other students, try to understand from the other's place and get more friends in the class. Let it be. We should not impose our emotions. Either a kid should not show their emotions on the other students also. I saw some students are doing like that. Because, again, the mistakes of parents. They'll copy from us. Yep. The summary is that, make it more effective. We have to do all this stuff. We have to work out around these points and start supporting in all directions. Make a note of all the doubts. Sort it out end of the day, or we have to intimate to the people of management of a school. Something is not good, yes. How better? If you have a good idea, project your idea. Somewhere they can implement. But keep listening and keep understanding. Thank you very much. I hope this is a long video, but I hope the content will be useful for each and everyone. That of making this issue to be resolved over the many families, and they can emotionally control many things, and that would sort out many issues. But for sure we need a lot of planning on the day. It's not easy, but in that case husband and wife also should help to attend classes. If they're having more than one kid, it is much tough. If grandmother and grandfather or somebody is there with them, that would be some help for sure. But let it be. They're helping a better way. They will be knowing very nice relations with the grandfather and grandmother. That would be a nice thing for them actually. Because most of the kids, if you go and ask, they'll be telling like, ask their names. Some people, they're not telling their grandfather and grandmother names also. So the relations is more important. If we lost it, we cannot get it for sure. But the kids will miss and remember once they reach 25 or 30 years of age. If they didn't see grandmother and grandfather or something, they'll be feeling that gap forever. If already there, grandfathers, grandmothers, forget about all other issues of a personal, relational issues. Keep it aside when the kid is joining. Don't create negativity to the kids and leave it in front of grandfathers or grandparents. Let them join. Let them care. let them share, because the rich experience of more than 60 to 70 years of experience, the grandparents are sharing to the kids. There is a nice morals will be there for sure. They can protect some tradition for sure. They can give some nice life lessons. If at all there is some negative lessons are there, you can take care of it. At the same time, you can talk to them so politely, because somewhere it will be driving again to the belief systems. So please generate a super beliefs, positive beliefs to the kids. Something which I touched with online classes, but again it will be end up with each and everything connected with the belief system of each and every individual. Please support well throughout all the nervous systems of the family and support in this activity, something online classes for the kid, and help. Thank you very much. If it helps, for sure, you will share. Thank you very much.